Hello, Benimusik speaking here. Lulea, Sweden on February the 7th in the year 2026. Benimusik is not allowed to have a girlfriend. Speech by Benimusik. Here is the paper, official paper poster to the speech. In Lulea, Sweden, where I'm currently. Benimusik has pimped up his jacket. You got a pimp down right. My good friend Exhibit from the United States of America. Ed Sullivan in the Ed Sullivan Show. Dear ladies and gentlemen, and here he is, Exhibit, ladies and gentlemen. And Exhibit walks in, remembering what he did in the year 2024, 2003, 2004, 2005. You're gonna pimp down right. Oh, a beautiful yoga teacher, female, that wants to have a little water fountain in her pickup truck. I make it for free, and my good friend Mad Mike too. Benimusik pimped. I know this English verb out of this or adjective out of this show, MTV. You gotta pimp down right with Exhibit the rapper. And I pimped myself, Benimusik, my jacket, with simply writing the truth on it, having John Lennon, my great hero, in mind. John Lennon not accepted in the Starbucks Brugge, but an ugly Nazi from Obermessing is accepted there. I have no question. I'm poor, but besides that, I'm the same as John Lennon, yeah? Benimusik, my name, some people know me. I pimped up my jacket with true lines, true sentences of myself. Premium customer, opposite of Benimusik. The typical premium customer. That is, it's no irony. I learned it over my journeys, and it has simply one dimension sometimes that is horrible and sad. No gag in it. Benimusik thrown out everywhere, more and more without pretext. Simply the truth, yeah. The hardcore experts for my whole work know this. Let's start. Benimusik forbidden everywhere, thrown out everywhere. Benimusik normally no guy who gets kicked out everywhere now. A man who gets kicked out almost everywhere. I was also not popular, answered the Hollywood US world star Jim Parsons, known out of the TV series The Big Bang Theory, TBBT USA, where he plays a kind of autist, role Sheldon Cooper, for example. When a TV host asked him about the year 2011 or 2009, about his, Jim Parsons' fame status, when he was not official famous, but a normal school guy at his school. Benimusik thrown out so far mainly with pretext. Many bags. You need a valid departure ticket to stay in a SNCF train station for the day you stay there. Even a valid arrival ticket for this day is not enough, etc. Now mainly with the real reason thrown out, his political engagement. Polite words? Weird signal. Why is he not loved for this? How should I throw him out when he sits how should I throw him out when he sits quiet and friendly in a corner and drinks a self-bought coffee? Asked Espresso House Umea girl, a racist policeman. I don't know what he answered. That Benimusik has no money is a crime. That Benimusik has no place to sleep in winter at minus 228 degrees too, although many people with houses love him. Has Benimusik fans? And if, how many and who, for example? Let's start with his speech. Right now only red with EA. The verb is meant what's on the sheet of paper on this official poster for the speech. Now let's start with the speech. Many things. The most insane person in this context is Professor Christian Begemann from the Ludwig-Maximilians University in Bavaria, Germany, Munich, Bavaria, Germany. He wants a world where everything has 1,000 dimensions and that no one is ever poor, and sometimes, if it's necessary, only one-dimensional, though he can interpret everything, and that even horrible cruel deeds from the Nazis, for example, get in kind of humorous aspect and are never said the way they are with one dimension and without double meaning. I can that, I do that often, but I want that not only. And everyone knows that knows Benimusik that this two pimped up jacket signs here are simply the truth, also one-dimensional. What is really extreme, yeah. And me myself, Benimusik. In earlier days, I quote here Jim Parsons when he talked about the time he was not official popular. I was also not popular. In between, yeah, I was not an outsider, but I was kind of popular person, but also not extreme, something like that. Me myself, Benimusik. I knew it a long time not to be everywhere, hated and forbidden. No one lets me in, yeah. Everyone kicks me out without double meaning. Not funny, racist. No shop accepts Benimusik anymore. No coffee house, no train station. Not funny, man. Simply one-dimensional. Um, I knew it a long time not Benimusik my name to get hated really. I knew it a long time to go to a party and the people I go to their party are glad. Oh, Benedict Bauernschmidt from Bavaria, Germany. Benimusik is coming. Yeah, I like him. Girls and boys. I'm heterosexual. This was a kind of my normal life, in time period in my Benimusik life. When I appear somewhere, the most people are glad that I appear. This has changed completely when I appear, me myself, Benimusik, not funny man. I get everywhere cruel and racist, hated to death, really, and thrown out, meanwhile, almost everywhere. A long time with pretexts, a ridiculous pretext from insanes. Now the pretexts sometimes work not, sometimes the pretexts are so ridiculous that they work not, that in a way for the truth. I get kicked out everywhere and get hated everywhere to death, no irony, for what I do, Benimusik, especially political. What I, me, myself, Benimusik does in general and also political, and how I am as human being, as person. And if I'm a human being or person, including his, Benimusik's political point of view and engagement, if this could be something you get everywhere liked and loved normally, that everyone has to decide on his or her own. But for me, and sorry also for my intelligence, it's an insult when a real ugly Nazi without friends is the premium guest in every coffee shop and supermarket or train station everywhere on planet Earth. And Benimusik gets exactly in this etablissements hated and racist treated and kicked out. It insults my intelligence, it insults the truth, and it's sad that this has to get done because has Benimusik fans, and if how many and who, for example, is it? I'm glad that you are around. I like you. Was long time the normal behavior towards myself. Also not, I don't mean it here funny in the extreme way it was perhaps, but I like you. I'm glad if you appear, Benimusik. Was a normal feeling and welcome structure when I appeared in a certain time of my life. And I don't mean it arrogant. I talk also for other people here, Audrey Hepburn, for example. Um, to be everywhere hated, everywhere, to death. Is this something that makes sense when you look at Benimusik, how he is, what he has done? Is it logical?